Plot twist. All of that was muted.
Oh man. All right. So I will say this one more time. I guess this just wasn't cut in, anyways. But shout out to all you YouTubers and key holders. Welcome to Keynote Comics, the place where you can discover comic books and comic book related content. So this is our little series that we have going on called Stash, Pash, or Cash (SPC), where we talk about comic books that are in basically collected between three of the top platforms that hold top 10 hot lists, which is CBSI, Cover Price, and the collaboration between Comic Tom and Key Collector. So we're basically going to take these books that are on the Hot 10 list. We're going to tell you our thoughts and process about whether we are considering on, potentially buying the book, which we would end up basically stashing it, flipping it if we either have it in our collection or we're just looking to purchase it to flip to help buy other books, or we just pass on it completely, which means we're not going to touch it at all. Now, today's video or the list that we're going to talk about actually consisted of previous books that were on our last list, so we basically ended up cutting those out completely, and so we just consolidated them into the point where we got just the newest books that were not on either list. So before we get into it, let's just see who we have in the building right now. If you are here, say what's up. Let me pull up this list. So I would also like to note that we are not affiliated with any of the three sources that we listed, but we think they are great platforms and we definitely recommend you guys check them out. So once again, I'll state it: CBSI, comicbookinvest.com, coverprice.com, and Key Collector. So let's get into it. So our first one on this list is Captain Marvel number 17, which is the second cameo appearance of Kamala Khan and first cover appearance. So with the second print, this has been a hot book from the very beginning. Like, I don't know, how have you been paying attention to it? Like,
I I haven't really been paying attention to it, but I I guess no, I have been paying attention to it because I own the series. So I've been looking at the regular cover and then thinking about picking up the variant cover because it's a little bit more meaningful. But yeah, as of right now, I've noticed that they were teetering the price around $1,500 and stuff. So
right.
it's pretty
It's a,
good.
this book has been hot from the very beginning, basically because of the fact that it was kind of an error. Like it wasn't really supposed to have happened, I guess. So that automatically got a lot of people's attention, and it's been a hot book since the very beginning of its debut.
Mhm.
And a lot of people that have had this in their collection have pretty much not wanted to let it go
Right.
for the fact that it's as scarce as it is. Um, for me personally, this would be a stash for me. I think with that whole event of it, how it came to be, and then it being the second cameo appearance, which is always good. So there is a key event attached to it. First cover appearance, which to me is very important. On top of it being an error for history purposes, I think this would honestly be a stash for me. I think it has a lot to grow on top of the fact that we have the Kamala Khan series coming to Disney Plus.
Right.
So for you, is it a stash, pass, or is it a cash?
I For this one, I think it has to be a stash. I
All right.
think pretty much anything else you could cash on. I think this one in particular is going to be the stash book. Um, yeah,
So I'm gonna add this too, right? So we have this thing with it coming out on Disney Plus, and like I said, this is a great opportunity for this book to grow. But it's like the reason why I'm so like invested into this character right now is because it's a character of ethnicity, and I think they're going to hit. It's Disney, and Disney has always done really well with doing stories, especially things like that show. I don't know, like events like what was that? It was a movie that I was watching. It was a Disney movie, and basically we kind of noticed that like they hit on like points of like racism and alcoholism and stuff like that. What was it? It was the soccer movie, the
Oh,
Big Green, I
the
believe is
Big
what
Green. Yeah, no,
yeah, I think
I wasn't watching that with you.
so it's like when Disney does stuff like that, they tend to hit points very close to home. And so because of, Kamala Khan being, you know, a Muslim like style character, I think they're going to be able to hit a lot of points where it's going to really draw a lot of people in with their storytelling for this character and be really like get to dive into like realistic things beyond just the superhero experience.
Ah.
All right, so number two, what we have is another second print, which is Thor number four, the first appearance of Black Winter on the cover. Now, I have not gotten into the Thor. I actually have not purchased any new books right now. Apparently, Black Winter is the hot thing. What is going on, VR? I'm gonna just pause real quick because you shouted out in the comments. So thank you for rocking with us today. I really appreciate this. All right, looks like we got this cover on the screen right now. I'm gonna say this is a stash. Uh, Main reason is because of the darkness on the cover. I think it's gonna be kind of hard to get in high grade. And this, I don't know, this cover to me speaks volume because you see Black Winter and how big of a problem he is, and then you just have Galactus and just like such a tiny like he looks like he's a normal person. So I think this is kind of like a representation of how big a problem this character might be for everybody else in the Marvel universe, which could potentially mean that this is a character that has a lot of area to grow on, and we don't know how long this character is going to last. I don't think anyone immediately expected a character like Noel to stay around as long as he did, and it's just been a thing. I think this has been a new opening and shows the testament for comic books in general with these new characters being as relevant as they have been.
I know nothing.
I mean, I think that's fair. But just up in the air, what are you thinking?
Oh, I'm thinking stash. I think this has the ability to be the next Amazing Fantasies 15. So
He
yeah,
jokes,
you
he
gotta
jokes,
you
he
gotta
keys,
stash
he
it.
keys.
It is stash worthy. Just kidding. I have no idea. Like I really have no idea. I guess if I'm thinking currently, I mean I sold the Immortal Hulk too, so I'm more likely to cash it than stash it.
What you say? But I mean, you were also doing that to kind of advance into some other areas as well. So I mean, it kind of works out in your favor. Like if you didn't have to, I guess maybe
Nah, I would have still cashed it.
you would have still cashed it.
Yeah.
Word. All right. Well, that's fair. So we're gonna move on to this next book right now. So this has been a book that's actually been on some of the previous hot 10 lists, but they weren't. It wasn't on ours last week, and so this was actually not quite sure. I think this might have been. Oh, this was on the Comic Time list for this week. So this is
Word.
Batman Beyond number one, which is the first comic book appearance of Terry McGinnis, one of my favorite characters. Favorite character within the Batman universe, that would actually just be Nightwing or Robin.
Nah, it's Damian Wayne.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin.
Nah, You said Damian Wayne was your favorite of the Bat Family. You said it goes him, it goes Nightwing, it goes Terry McGinnis, and then Batman.
I don't believe that.
We have it on tape.
Hmm. We're gonna have to run that back someday.
I was shocked.
I'm shocked. I really picked Damian Wayne over
Yep.
Dick
You were
Grayson.
like, yo, man. It was when. Actually, no, we don't have it on tape. I lied. We don't have it on tape. But it was when. It was when we were looking at the lots and the lots from the spot, and and you were saying we were talking about the first appearance of Damian Wayne, and you were like, yo, man. Honestly, you were like, I think with the Bat Family, you were like, yo, I think Damian Wayne might be my favorite. And I was like, what? Over Nightwing? And you were like, yeah.
We must have just watched something. Like I feel like there had to have been a reason for that, and that might have. Hmm.
Nah, we didn't watch anything.
Was it? Nah, it had to be something. Something had to have been watched. Something had to have happened for me to say that.
Nah, you just said it.
I'm not convinced. I don't believe you. You need more people.
I'm not convinced. Lie to yourself. Okay.
All right. So next up,
Wait,
I'll.
hold on. What did you say about it?
Oh wow, yeah, definitely just got sidetracked on that. Uh, it's Batman Beyond. I just say like Terry McGinnis is one of my favorites, so this was an automatic stash for me. I don't have it in my collection, so I'm probably not gonna get it until like I can really find a reason to rationalize the value of where it's at. Like this
Right.
is the thing. I understand that the market is going to move the way the market does, but the way an I analyze the books that I pick up or I put a lot of big money into, it has to have these, certain aspects to the book in order for me to, evaluate it a certain way. So for me, it already has the past of it being a key event, which is the first appearance of Terry McGinnis, within comic books. So that is a plus. But the thing is, it's a '90s book, and to my knowledge, has never been a book that's been really scarce. I can constantly remember, being a kid and going through like secondhand places and checking out like the comic book section and constantly seeing that book pop up. So I don't. I mean, over time, I'm pretty sure it's probably dwindled down a little bit with the way the comic book collecting has been going. So that means that a lot of people started picking them up a little bit more. But I don't think this is going to be a hard one to come across. I don't think it's going to be anything that I can't just potentially walk into a LCS and possibly see on the back wall available. And with that being said, LCSs they're not actually moving on the same frequency as the secondary market, and so that means that I could potentially find this cheaper. If I take my time and shop around, you don't always want to just quickly jump in
Right.
unless it checks off a bunch of boxes where you're just like, you can't deny this. I know that if I put my money into this book because I actually like what it is, and then on top of it, like you're able to rationalize, hey, this thing still has potential to grow past what I paid for it. So this one for me personally, I would stash it if I had it, but I don't. So I'll just leave it at that. But this is one that I would like to add to my collection. I just have not found, the the opportunity, I guess, to really invest into it. One of the things that we constantly run into all the time is you want to be ahead of the curve, but sometimes trying to be ahead of the curve actually sets you behind in certain aspects because you got to prioritize which books do you think are going to have a bigger impact within your collection. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not see this one moving the way that it did, and so I always look at it as a book like, oh, I've got time to go and invest in it. Always go and invest in it at a certain point, and I would try to go in and try and get these big key books. And so when I started collecting again, I moved into the Fantastic 452 because like, all right, these cross like these check off on a lot of these boxes, which it being like how old the book was, the grade, and how many high grades there existed. On top of it being signed, what's the likely chance of this continuing to go up and stuff like that. So I was able to rationalize that and be like, all right, I'm gonna put a lot of money within this and try and get the ones that are big on my collection list out the way first, and then the ones that I'm like, oh, these will you know have time to get them later, which this was one of those books. and clearly time was not on my side.
And just to be clear, you would more so want his first appearance in comic continuity, right? As opposed to the first Batman Beyond issue.
Yes, yes. Actually, yeah, no, very much. I would definitely. I mean, so yeah, so that's a great question right there. For those that don't know, my preference is the continuity issue over this what would you call it, cartoon. I don't know, like,
Cartoon universe,
yeah, cartoon universe, I guess. There's a
animate
connection.
the DC animated universe, I
Yeah,
guess.
so that the continuity one is my preference, but both are. I mean, if you're a fan of the character, I don't see why you wouldn't have both. So as for yourself, where are you sitting at?
I'm sitting right across from you.
Word, can't tell.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Technically, we could be in different rooms. But yeah, I would say that this is going to be. Hmm, this would be a stash for me. Two reasons. Once again, like you said with the previous cover, you got that black cover, so hard to maintain. Two, the cover's hard. Three, it's Batman Beyond. Four, we're from the 90s.
Shui.
Five, Shui. Exactly. So, yeah, it has to be the same way that I want the the first, the number ones for most of the my favorite characters and for the black characters.
Hmm.
It would be the same thing for Batman Beyond because he's one of my favorite characters. So, just stash. I
Alright.
might impulse buy it right now, like you did last week.
I can't even knock you for it, but
Video
like.
coming soon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So by the way, guys, the book that I purchased from the last video, it did come in. We actually did shoot the unboxing for it, so be on the lookout for that. Um, yeah, Batman Beyond, Shui. Like, I was actually excited when they started putting that word into the Flash TV series. I don't know if people really realize that that was from there. Because like some people might have watched the Flash and be like, oh, that's where it's from, but it's not. Who knows? It might not. It might even be like before that. But no. But then Static Shock and the Batman Beyond series, they were around at similar times, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like they might have said it in Static Shock like once or twice or something like that. But all right. Moving on to the next one on the list, which would be number 4. All right, so number 4 on the list is Amazing Fantasy 15, the 2006 copy, which is the first appearance of Amadeus Cho.
Amadeus, Amadeus,
Amadeus,
Amadeus.
Amadeus. So this one is going to be a stash for me, and I've got a very important reason why this is a stash for me. There is a potential that this character could be put in the MCU, and the reason why I'm saying this is because for those that did not know, his mother has actually been in the MCU. They kind of ran off with her character and she's kind of disappeared as of late. But I believe she was in Age of Ultron and then one, I think it might have been Iron Man 2 or 3, one of them. But basically, she is in existence. We don't get to see him.
She exists.
She exists. So it's just like when you have certain events like that, doesn't mean anything's gonna happen, but it is the possibility, and who's gonna squander a possibility like that? It's not a book that I would say I'm gonna go out of my way to try and pursue, but if I had it, I'd definitely stash it. If I find it at the right price, that would be cool because I already have his first within his story series from the issue 1 of the totally awesome Hulk. So to complement that, I would definitely want to add this to my collection.
I feel that. Um, I mess with the Totally Awesome Hulk, so yeah, I don't really have an issue with it. I'd probably stash it until I can cash it.
I can rationalize that.
Yeah.
I'm not see, and then this is the thing. Like I have not necessarily always been like even just regular Hulk. I've never really been super drawn. I know there's a lot of Hulk
It's
fans.
because you're trash.
I mean, it
Yeah.
is what it is. But I also know that there's a lot of people that are not fans of Totally Awesome Folks, so I think
These people don't like change.
that might be it. But I don't know because there's certain people that are like they read the story and they're like they weren't really feeling it. I personally haven't had a problem from the stuff that I have read,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I feel like maybe I didn't read enough, so I can't fully say like much on that part. But
Right. But I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't. It's not like I would. I wouldn't want to see Amadeus Cho Hulk like movie. I'd see a Champions movie when he's like part of the team.
that would be cool. Or TV series,
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't. I mean, for me personally, I don't see Champions being like a movie thing. Maybe appearance in a movie, but I don't see them necessarily being a movie thing. I think they would be more cool for like a TV series like that.
I put some respect on those champions' names, bro.
I mean, these characters are gonna have the opportunity to have like other things, Like I'm assuming like the Nova that we're gonna get is the Champions Nova. So this is just my guess.
I mean, yeah. So what? You think Miss Marvel got to be in a TV show and another TV show? They got to have a Defenders and not a movie.
Crossover,
They can't just be a movie.
crossover. They need their
Trash.
they get to expand on their
Give me a
media content.
Champions movie. Give me a Young Avengers movie. Give me a Dark Avengers movie. Give me a
Dark
Avengers
Avengers for
movie. Give me a Illuminati movie. Give me a Council of freaking Reeds movie. Give me all of them. I want them all. Any team up, give it to me.
Rocking with it. All right. So wait. So we left off. What's that? 5. Now I'm off track.
If you just look at the book. Yeah, that's 4.
That was 4. So number 5. So number 5 on this list is one that I guess you can say has been expected or could have been anticipated with the new return of Scott Snyder and the team of Greg Capullo and Jonathan Galafian. So this is Dark Knights Metal, Legend of the Dark Knights, number 1. This particular issue right here is the Carrie Andrews 1 in 25 variant, which is the first appearance of the Robin King. Honestly, I feel like when they announced this and when this was found out, this should as the Dark Knight Who Laughs. Like I was not surprised to see this happening. I had actually seen it. And I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't want to jump into it because I hadn't even started reading the series yet. Like I've been waiting for this, and I've just not gone in to get my issues yet. So I am very far behind on anything that I want to read right now. But I believe this is gonna happen right away.
I have not been paying attention to anything new. I still have to. I have no idea what's going on anywhere.
I think
DC, Marvel, Image.
I don't know. Like I've been. I should have went and got them when I went to the LCS and got like the Star Wars books I ended up picking up. But it's like I don't know. I was just kind of like I'm already behind, so I probably should just wait for the trade paperback and then just like binge. You know what I
Fair.
mean?
Or just buy the whole series like I did with Dark Knight's Metal.
Someone's probably got a lot. I'll look it up. I gotta do my research. So this would be a stash for me. I think this Dark Knight's Metal series, or yeah, I guess you can say styled series, is gonna have a long run. It's Scott Snyder. This man is like I don't even know, like the weaver, being able to connect all stories and making all these different things relevant. So I don't see him doing certain things just for them to be downplayed and not make some form of reappearance within his storytelling.
Hi, sister. We're on a delay. It is a cash for me.
It's a cash for you.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's cashing all the villains, baby.
Oh wow! Did I not send you the
What?
variant
The
cover?
variant cover? Yeah, I got it.
Where
Bow, 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 bow.
so you gonna cash out, huh?
Yeah, of course. If given. All right, so actually, hold on. If I had it, I would cash it. Because I don't have it, I would have to pay what it's valued at right now. And because of that, I
Mm-hmm.
would stash it.
So you would wait for us to like keep
Because
going.
I needed to appreciate it value. Because if I were to buy it right now, it's hot. I can't just do that. I can't just because I would make no money.
All right,
So
all right. I can see your game right now.
yeah. So
Uh,
honestly, there's a pass for me because I'm not spending money on it. But it could be a cash.
okay.
It could be all of them. I don't know. I'm me. You know, it's whatever.
These weird guys.
I am. I am weird. It's a fact.
All right, so rocking out with number 6 is Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, the Fiona Staples variant, which is 1 in 50. Um, so this one actually I noted that in my notes that this is actually from CBSI. Ratio, but this price for me, I'm not rocking with at all because there's no key event. Um, I'm just gonna let it be known that my style of how I started collecting has completely changed since the very beginning. And I was actually, I'm a fan of these variant covers, but if I don't get it the day of when it comes out at retail price, there's got to be a certain threshold of where I stop paying to, paying a certain amount for it. So like if it's, first day out and it's past $40 to $50, I'm just letting that thing go and I'm just gonna call it and just say I missed out. This one is very interesting to me because with it being sold for a nine, I believe this is a 9.8 at $2,200, and it not having any key event happening in it, and it's selling for more than the regular Ultimate Fallout 4, that's just crazy to me. People are gonna pay what they're gonna pay, and that's fine. There is possibly some way to rationalize this pricing because I have not checked out the CGC census to see exactly how many exist and everything. But for me, this would be a flip automatically.
Yeah. What's wild about that is that like, so I'm looking now just to justify it. So when when I was looking at these lots, I happened to see, this cover as one of these books, and then
Hmm.
so I was looking at the price, and I was like, oh man, this is $1,100. I'm not gonna buy it. And then yeah, so that was what the beginning of July, I
Word.
guess.
Hmm.
And yeah, so and that's what it was selling for. So it was selling for a 9.6, sold for 545, a 9.8 sold for 1050, and this was at the end of the month.
Hmm.
And now a 9.8 just sold for $2,250.
Right.
So
So, and I'm not.
I
I'm not
couldn't justify it.
like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not knocking anybody that the person that did purchase it at all. I'm just saying it's not for me. I think, like I was saying before, like you really have to analyze this book and be able to rationalize why you're putting this amount of money in. And maybe this person's just balling like that, and they're just like, whatever, I really want it. This is what the person's asking for it, and they have no problem paying for it. Ideally, I don't know like what else to say about this because it's just like with I mean this is a dope cover. Don't get me wrong. Like it's like the Into the Spider Verse theme style cover. So
Mhm.
like it's a great cover. And so I think for those that really want it, that's where it's gonna retain its value because it is like something cool to have in your collection. So like if you have it, I would say stash it. But at the same time, I could rationalize cashing on it as well,
Right.
because we don't know how long that's gonna last. But because of how Hot Miles is, I want to just say that it has lots of potential to be able to retain, some form of value. Is it going to stay at the 2,200? That is the question. I do believe that it would, stay consistent within the $1,000 area. That much I can say because of it being that 1 in 50. But the fact that it's going for more than the Ultimate Fallout 4 regular copy, like you could literally sell this book, get the Ultimate Fallout 4 regular copy, and still have cash left over, a decent amount of cash left over.
Right.
That's crazy to me. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So if I had it in my collection, I would cash it.
I mean, honestly, yeah. If I had it right now, especially if I had it at a 9.8, I would even consider, you know, topping a lower near mid minus Jurjevic cover
Right,
at
exactly.
that
Because
point.
you could have copped the nine. What it's like a 9.4 right now. It's
Yeah.
going around for like the same price. A
Hmm.
9.4 of the Jurjevic Ultimate Fallout 4 variant. Like I could, you know, once again that book we discussed in the last video has checked all the boxes off for me with it. Being the dark black cover, so it's kind of hard to get in a high grade. It's a key event right there, and it's just like though all those things are going to add up, which to me is what's going to help that book retain value. This one I don't see a whole lot for other than it's a cool cover, and so if someone likes it and really wants it, they're just going to pay for it, and that's what it is. So now we're gonna move on off to number 7. Oh wait, yeah, you said you were gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna move on to number 7, which is the Star Wars Legacy number 1/3 print. This is the first appearance of Darth Krayt. Said in last video or last streaming video that Star Wars books are starting to heat up. So if you're not on the train and you are a fan of Star Wars, this would be a good opportunity to start, getting these books of your favorite characters. Um, I honestly don't know why Darth Krayt why this book is selling for what it is. You go to eBay, it's basically people are asking for about $220. That seems to be the price that people are asking for on the secondary market at this moment. Darth Krayt is a pretty cool character. For those that aren't familiar with Darth Krayt, he's basically he's a Jedi turned Sith, but his previous, like before he became a Jedi, he was actually orphan, and he's kind of taken in by the Tusken Raiders. If you guys don't know what the Tusken Raiders are, they are the Sand People, so that should sound a little bit familiar. So he basically was a Jedi that walked around with a Sand People's like styled helmet or mask or whatever you want to call it, and even got to the point where he was kind of in a conflict a little bit, or between Anakin for obvious reasons. If you can reflect back to the Star Wars clone Attack of the Clones movie, so because of the situation that happened to Anakin's mother, he was not messing with Darth Krayt until Darth Krayt revealed that he was actually a human. So that is the plot twist on that one. But he's got a pretty unique, interesting story that I think makes him pretty cool, and he's kind of a badass on top of that. But I don't know why like this third print is demanding the price that it's is. So if I had it, I would probably cash it unless I could, rationalize that this character is like got some form of potential for me, or I really love the character. I don't really love the character. I just kind of like the character because I think he's kind of cool. But he's not doing a whole lot for me. So if it was in my possession, I would cash it. But it's not, so I'm definitely gonna have to pass on that one.
Same here. Pass.
Pass.
Pass. Pass.
Alright, so now we have on to number 8. Number 8 is Kanto number 1, the raw print sitting at $120. If you missed out on Kanto, I feel like that you're just going to have to just let that one go, personally. Kanto, who knows, I could be wrong, miss it out. I think this is actually this could be a character that could definitely get a little like either mini series or a little cartoon style, series. So it does have potential in this aspect, but for me, it is going to be a cash if you have it, and for me, as since I don't really have it, it's going to be a pass.
I'm gonna pass it.
You know, pass it.
I'm gonna pass it. It looks cool though. I might draw this. That's a draw.
Which means you gotta stay tuned on the Keynote_slan Instagram. So he might, pop it in there. You dropped the Naomi picture on there,
Yeah, but I didn't put anything else. I've been lazy.
which is it's fine. But he did a pretty good job, guys. I was just like, oh yo, let me get that. But then I realized it was like primarily digital. So
I mean, you can still have it if you want it.
but
I'll print it out for you.
I feel like that's what artists should start doing.
That's what they do.
Really? Because I definitely tried to hit up homie about the Naomi thing, and he was like, "Oh man, thing is, it's all digital." I would have still been down to just pay for that. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me that, so.
Yeah. No, they people sell prints, digital prints. Yeah. Digital illustrators are in.
I feel like because I mean that's essentially what Sajad Shah is doing, anyways.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So on to number 9. So number 9 we have Ice Cream Man number 20, which is a Cameron Stewart variant. This is actually a Dr. Seuss homage.
I totally just left you on the cover, but yeah, I got the trade that I haven't read yet, so I'll probably read this, sometime soon.
The
Uh,
Ice Cream
it's a
Man.
dope cover. It's still gonna be a pass for me. I guess I don't bang with Dr. Seuss as much as you, but oh yeah, my sister's right. She said I have a digital copy of Naomi #exclusive. She does. I did give it to her.
Oh, word?
Yeah, she wanted it for the office.
Yeah, that's what's up. Did you read it though?
Did she read it? No, she said she has to.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, read Naomi. Buy the trade or read it digitally. Something. But yeah, no, definitely a pass for me on this one. Like, it's cool. It's pretty funny, but like, nah,
But that's what I'm saying. So that like,
not with it.
if it was at a ridiculous price, like I don't. For me,
Is it over $5?
it is over $5.
That's a ridiculous price.
But on a variant, it to me is not that crazy. But that's
Fair.
what I'm saying. I have a certain cutoff on like you have to figure out the way your style of collecting. This is just mine, and this is how I kind of do things. But like I'm saying is, it has not passed that $40 to $50 range for me to be like nah. So I could potentially see it being an opportunity for me, and I'd go for it.
Right.
Sitting at $20, like I just don't think that's that bad. Ideally, I don't want to try and buy it on the secondary market because now you're past $20 paying for shipping and handling and everything like
Yeah.
that. So if I went into the LCS and they were like, hey, this is $20, I'd be like, all right, bet. Just go ahead and do that.
But to be clear, there's nothing in the book. It's just because it's the variant.
Yeah,
Is why it's
I mean,
popular.
I haven't read this issue, so I would not actually be able to tell you if there's anything significant. But from the reports, there is nothing significant mentioned, and it's just strictly for the cover.
Word.
So, um, I would stash this if I had it. I might even potentially pick it up. When I get some other books knocked off my list and it's still sitting at $20, I'd have it in my collection and I'd go for it. But if it goes past this, like I said, I'm done. I missed the train right now.
Still pass for me. You almost convinced me though. You almost got me. There's a pass.
All right. So now we're moving on to. Oh, why is my. What? No, oh, I'm at the very bottom. That's why I'm trying to scroll and I'm just like, is it stuck? Did my computer freeze? All right. So.
Yes, you're right. It says he should have paid homage to Mr. Sprinkles. That would have been a stash. That is correct. BR. Yes, Mr. Sprinkles is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mr. Sprinkles?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Facts. Good one.
Yeah.
Shoot. I mean, maybe it's not too late. Maybe they could always come back.
Oh.
Actually, matter of fact, when is Dr. Seuss's birthday? Is it already passed?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because I wonder if maybe.
Did you just think I knew that off the top of my head? I have a real question.
Some people are really rock with Dr. Seuss super hard. I mess with Dr. Seuss, but I don't know a whole lot of the history of Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I know Green Eggs and Ham.
I've read enough books.
Horton Hears a Who. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Cat in the Hat. And did I already say Green Eggs and Ham?
Yes.
That's a wrap. I'm done. That is all my Dr. Seuss knowledge.
All right.
Dr. Seuss ain't even his name, man.
If it wasn't, I would say that would definitely be a little nice anniversary touch, and then they could, replay that situation out, and it'd be a completely different character. So it'd work. I think that'd be cool.
I mean, it's not a different character.
I mean, this looks like a made up person. This looks like a made up person to match the Ice Cream Man for their story. So.
Oh, so you think they just put Mr. Sprinkles on it straight up?
You're right. They probably couldn't do that. It'd probably be a poor advertisement. Children pick up the story. Alright. So to move on, so we have number 10, which is Star Wars Bounty Hunter number 1, the second print. I don't know what's going on with the second print. You want to have it in your collection, by all means go for it. Once again, this is sitting at $15, so it's kind of like, it is. And also, it's an older series, so it's not like you're, at least I believe it's an older series, so it's not like you come across this too often, maybe. I don't know. I haven't gone through enough back issue bins and LCSs for Star Wars stuff primarily. I've only done it pretty much at Barbarian. When I go there and I was just trying to figure out where everything is, searching for specific, Marvel keys that I was looking for. But if you want to pay the $15 for it, by all means. But I think this would potentially be something that you can just kind of wait. It'll probably drop down. I don't think it's gonna go too farther, past $10. So maybe you can negotiate with the person that's selling it on the secondary market at this point. But yeah. Cool cover. If you are into Boba Fett like that, I'd say go ahead and copy it. It'd be a nice cover to have for a nice, series. But if not, this would probably be a flip. If you're not messing with it, maybe you just come into it and you're just on a high and you're able to pick it up for $3. I mean, that's an easy flip. Is it fully worth it? I don't know. Maybe if you can try and finesse 20, potentially this extra $5, and if the book starts to heat up, maybe you can be able to get that. But this would have to, I'm not a big fan of Boba Fett. I'm more of actually a fan of Jango Fett, and I honestly feel like that's because from the Star Wars series, we got a better understanding of Jango.
Unchained?
Still chained. But we got a better understanding of Jango from the clone series and everything. So that's why I kind of connect with him a little bit more. Boba Fett just kind of was there in the older, the original trilogy. and he just seemed like a badass. But then Luke kind of showed otherwise that he wasn't. So I can't, you know. Maybe this is maybe I feel like maybe some of the Boba Fett hype is from the people that like took the time to really read these series that basically has Boba Fett in it. Maybe there's more to Boba Fett that I don't know. I'm gonna have to do my research on this at this point. Now, like I'm gonna have to go look this up later on today. But yes, this would actually have to be a cash for me, um, if I had it. But I don't, so I would definitely pass.
I just appreciate your accent on Boba Fett because you keep saying Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Like Boba.
Boba. Boba Fett.
Boba. Yeah.
Bulbasaur.
I said Bubba. You got Bubba Fett.
Bubba Sparks.
Bubba Gump Shrimp. Bubba Sparks. All the Bubbas.
Call it fart.
But yeah, nah, this is also a pass for me. If I had actually, all right, so it's currently a pass for me. If I would have seen it in the LCS and had money at the time, I would have purchased it because I like the cover.
Yeah, and like I'm saying, it's a hard cover. So like, it's like if you have this and you were like messing with the series, I think this would be a nice add-on. And like I said, you might even be able to work it to paying about $10. I don't see it going past $10 because of like the extent of how long it's been out. And
Right.
now it's kind of heating up a bit, so people are probably not going to let it go for too much. But you could probably negotiate a $10, payout on there, or something a little bit lower, maybe 13. You don't necessarily have to go for the full max price of 15.
If I could get it for $8, including shipping, it's a
You
stash.
got yourself a deal.
You got yourself a deal. If you have this book and you want to send it to me for $8, I'll just send me your PayPal. Send the invoice. I got you, and I'll draw it. It'll
But
take me 7 hours.
I'm
Just
gonna
kidding.
I'm gonna add on to that is that because of I don't know this. It's not known to me this being like a big thing.
Mhm.
So like you could potentially just go digging through the long boxes. Take a little break outside the house. I know a lot, when I went to Barbarian, it was not packed in there. Like maybe 3 people showed up. It's not a super big shop, but still plenty of room that you don't have to worry about really being near anybody. So check out your local LCS and see if like go on a little adventure, dig through those long boxes and see if you can find it. If you know you want it, boom. Now you know you got something that you pick it up for like about $3, which usually like most back issue bins tend to be about $3,
Mhm.
maybe more, but usually that's not the case because they would have those like at a short box near the front of the store or something like that, at the register or whatever. But if you can pick it up for a low, go ahead and do it. If it's something that you really like, stash it. If not, cash it.
But we've both agreed that it's a pass.
Yes, we have agreed that it was a pass. All right, let's see. All right, so we have number 12 right now. So number 12 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 104, which is a to this, and I am not I mean, it's not it's not a terrible cover, but it's not like anything cool either. Like this cover just doesn't really interest me.
It's so funny. I think this cover is so hard.
Really?
I don't know why. And it's funny because we were talking about the turtles last week, and I was like, I don't really bang with the turtles. But then when I saw this cover this week, I was like, yo, this cover is hard. And I was like, wait, what is going on? Yeah.
um, I can't remember what it's sitting
I
at. It
just
might
mess
be
with the
about like
style. Who did?
$15 to $20. I don't remember what they. Hold on, let's check real quick. Cause yeah, I don't know. Oh, this is cool. I have actually CBSI on my
When I have enough money to have a cool covers wall, I would put this on it.
word.
But then again, I have like mad books that have like no significance that I would also put on that wall too. It'd be the weirdest wall ever. It'd be
Okay,
like, yo, you got $2 books, 25-cent books, $175 books, $8,000 book. What is going on, man? And I'd be like, yo, just like
okay.
what I like.
So on the CVS site, it says that it's slowly increasing up to $20. They say this will be a significant price jump once the current auctions complete that are already at $30 to $50. So, like I said, not a significant event. It's already peaking close to that $50 mark. So this would definitely be a pass for me, anyways, because like I'm not really messing with the cover. But side note, they actually dropped a new list today.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I mean it's Friday.
Oh, it is Friday.
Yeah, the Key Collector 20 trending 20 came out today too, but
You're so right.
that's for next week, guys.
Oh man.
That is for next
All right,
week.
so to let it be known, basically what we're doing because of the time frame where a lot of these lists are coming out through the week. What is it? The key collector list and the cover price list is on Wednesday, correct?
Yeah.
And so we'll take those for the actual week in which we're shooting, and then we'll take the CBS I list from the last, Friday. So that's what it is. So yes, this current Friday list, books on CBSI that came out today, you can go ahead and check it out on their website. But we will discuss them on our next episode next week.
But if you're in here and you want to know our thoughts on it, we could scroll through it at the end just to talk about it a little bit less formally,
It's actually a lot of
if you
trending
want,
books.
or not.
Not all of them, not all of them, but yeah, I mean, you guys want us to, be sure to comment, and we will be sure to do that. Oh, word. Okay. So Bad Avengers, I don't know if you saw that, but Bad Avengers says there was a story told in the Dr. Seuss style in the book,
Oh,
which
that's
which
cool.
is awesome. Yeah, that's dope.
That's creepy as hell, but also cool. So definitely should have been Mr. Sprinkles
Okay, so
inspired.
then that's more of an incentive for me. I am now like if I like I said if I can find it for that $20 range, going into next week, I will go ahead and do that. I'm trying to work out a deal on another book, so if that ends up falling through, then I will definitely try and cop that then. Atia says she likes the turtles cover too.
Because she is of good taste.
What are you trying to say?
That you are of poor taste.
We don't believe you. You need more people. All right, so that was 10, right? So now we got 11, which this one was actually an interesting one for me, which is Amazing Spider-Man 375, and really any significant event other than it's kind of more like a classic iconic cover because it has Venom and Spider-Man clashing on the cover, and then it's got that 90s style foil thing going on. So I feel like if you're trying to fill in that run, this is one to have, but there's not like a priority to me. So like I feel like if you have that Venom Lethal Protector series and you're trying to fill in that collection, because it's a tie-in, it is a good one to add. But I don't have any, so I would have to pass on it because I'm not trying to fill in any Venom Lethal Protector at all.
Um, yeah, I don't like this cover, so it's a pass for me.
They're like oddly shaped.
Yeah,
I've always thought that, even as a kid, when I would see it, I was just like, eh.
yeah, yeah. No, it's a pass for me.
But I did fall victim to the '90s gimmicks of these foils and holographic covers. I can't even lie.
I mean,
Kids and shiny things, just is
yeah.
what it is.
I mean, once again, like that Amazing Spider-Man 361 that I have, full cover our bangs with. I want the platinum copy of the Spider-Man #1, the Todd McFarlane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I have the regular one right now.
Right, right. Because that came in the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Pass.
yeah, pass, guys. And let's see, this last one on the list, which would make this number 12.
Yeah.
I got these numbers correct. I'm losing track of this anyways. But yes, last one on the list, which is number 12. This is actually the Venom Lethal Protector number 2.
Wait, hold on. You added. Okay. Yeah. No. We have one more after this.
Oh, where did I miss? What did I miss?
Yeah. Ultimates.
Oh, wow. What? How did I miss that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. I apologize.
I was confused, but I was like, oh, maybe it's just the wrong spot. But yeah,
Alright.
so let's just talk about Venom.
Is that that's just him. So yeah. There's no significant event other than it just being a part of that series. And I honestly feel like whoever was purchasing the 375 was probably also picking. People that are picking up that book are also picking up that as the issue 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's probably people just trying to fill in their runs. Venom is gonna be returning at some point with the Carnage style movie, and people are kind of, this might be like a nostalgia type thing right now. So people are kind of trying to fill in their run and bring back their memories of the 90s. But this would also be a pass for me, uh, depending on what you find this issue for though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a pass. It's a pass. Once again, I'm not really big on the cover.
Yeah, I'm not either. But like that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is for those people that were reading Lethal Protector then, or maybe now they're just getting into Lethal Protector.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a classic story that has continued to grow,
You
but
know what?
primarily
I'd say this. It'd be a pass by itself if you can find it in a lot. It'd be a stash. Yeah, I'd keep.
So if you could find it in a lot, you
Yeah,
would stash it. All right.
if I could find, what was it, six? Is it 6 issues or five?
I think it was 6.
Yeah, so if it's 6 issues, then I would say
Yeah,
uh
part 2 is 6.
yeah. So yeah. I'd buy it as a lot. I actually thought about buying it as a lot when Eric got his number 4.
I thought about it as well when I was trying to pick up issue 1, but now I've just kind of like died on trying to pick up issue 1. Um, I don't know. Like, Venom didn't grow onto me until I got older. Like when I was a kid, and maybe
So you have the Venom now. It grew onto you.
nah,
You
nah.
are a symbiote.
But I think maybe it was like as a kid, like I just didn't mess with the character because I was so more infatuated with Spider-Man. I'm just like that's the villain guy. So like I never appreciated it. Like I think I was not ahead of the curve on that one. So I definitely missed out.
Venom's also been always been hard. You are hella late.
As a villain, absolutely, or
As anything,
whatever you want
as
to
a
refer to
symbol.
him as.
I think I had a Venom toy, but I didn't have a Spider-Man toy.
I always had Spider-Man toys.
I didn't have too many
Spider-Man.
toys.
I had a lot of Batman toys. I had this interesting one that I don't even know where it's from, but he was like super muscled out. It was like a black and like dark green suit.
If I had to list the amount of, let me list the toys that I had growing up.
I had a lot of Star Wars toys.
I had a red Power Ranger.
I had a Red Power Ranger. The ones that you push the button and they would flip.
No,
Okay, well,
it's the regular one. Bougie mother. I had a black Power Ranger Ninja from the movie, so it's Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I had White Ranger.
I had that, which also did the flip.
I had Dragon Ball Z uh, build your own toys. It came a lot like a lot, and you got to put the pieces, assemble the pieces together. So like came with different heads and different bodies, different clothes and
I've
stuff
done
like
that too.
that. And I had a Venom. That's it.
All right, I don't.
Done.
I don't even want to say what I had because I had a crazy amount of action
Ex-
figures. Like I would get
That's why.
birthday money, and that's like where my money would go. I'd go like yeah, as a kid in the '90s, like action figures, Pokemon cards.
Oh, I had
Uh,
hella Pokemon cards if that counts.
oh yeah, what a craze!
Yeah.
It's crazy how like these cards are selling right now. Like I didn't
Stash all of them. Younger me, if you're watching this, stash all of the Pokemon cards. Everyone. That holographic the Charizard, yeah.
like
Stash it.
if you guys haven't seen
It's a
already,
stash.
CGC has now gone into the card grading business, and so like on their home screen, you'll see that they have what are the grading like capsules are with the Pokemon cards inside on their homepage. So I think that's pretty cool. It looks really nice because it basically reflects the image of you know the comic book slabs for the most part. So, but
Also had science kits. Does that count? Chemistry sets? Boom. There we go. That's what they're called. Chemistry
I never
sets.
had any of those.
Yeah.
I
I
have
was
water guns though.
I was a smart person when I was young. Now I'm dumb.
All right.
Don't listen. No, I'm joking.
So to get back on track, we're gonna finish it up with this last one, which is Ultimates number two. I believe the man with the arms out and the other arms and all that other fun stuff. Like
I know the actual name of it, but I forgot. It's something of
we're
man.
gonna say it's the Da Vinci Code.
No, we're not. I just said I was dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
All right, but this for me would definitely be a stash for me. You can find this book though, so that's the thing. This is an interesting thing for me that this is selling the way it is when you can. I'm pretty sure you could definitely go on a hunt and find this book with no problem. I come across like all the time. I just never picked up because I've been focusing. I haven't been focusing on Galactus. Like I wanted to get this book once I get the first appearance of Galactus, which I did have because I did get the Fantastic 448, and then I ended up selling it because I ended up finding out that it was restored, guys. So it hurt me, and I just haven't gone out to try and get another one. I honestly should have just took the money that I got off of it because I sold it for $700. So
Hmm.
it was, should have took it and tried to put it in. I don't think it's too late. I think you still have time on the Fantastic Four 48 right now. So I'm
It
going to
went up a little bit earlier this year, I think, but
word.
I might be back down.
I'm gonna try and get it once I cop my Ghost Rider. For you guys, like I'm saying, same way I rationalize the Fantastic 452 is the same way I'm rationalizing Marvel Spotlight number five. So you can get a Marvel Spotlight number five high grade because of the age and the black cover, and if you're able to get it in a signature series, it's an automatic stash for sure. Classic, character that's going to retain value. You don't really have to worry about, prices lowering too much. And seeing that Disney slash Marvel owns the property rights to them again, I expect them to try and, do something with them down the road. So, they've been doing stuff right. So I just say, hey, might as well go for it. So I'm going to try and get that. Once I get that, boom, I'll be back to trying to get a 48. And then we can try and dive into me getting this Ultimates number two life burner.
I'm just gonna steal Brandon's 52, then go back, steal his 48, and then he could have the Ghost Rider. No, I'll at least be nice and give him one, and then yeah, and then cash the 48 and buy a bunch of books that I want. This is a cash if I had it, so it's a pass. Once again,
So, I mean, what is your on a scale of 1 to 10? How are you feeling about Galactus?
it's weird. Like, I have to assume that what the play is that they're going to have to fight Galactus um, somewhere far out in the galaxy, just from the ending of Far From Home. Spoilers, but no spoilers. 'Cause I didn't say anything.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then they're gonna have to retreat back to Earth. So I mean, I think there's 100% chance Galactus is gonna be in it, in the series. Like, yeah, 100%.
Like
Like 10 out of 10.
series? What do you mean series?
Like the Phase 4 or Phase 5. Phase
Okay, okay, okay.
five probably.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, it makes sense because seeing this as part of the Ultimates, comic book series,
Mm.
we've been speaking about the Ultimates for a good minute now on our channel and everything. Like it's a big thing. Like it just makes sense because we know that we're gonna get Monica, and are we gonna get her as Captain Marvel? Probably not, but we could get her as her other character.
Proton.
Yes, Proton, right? Because it's not coming off the top of my head right now. But yeah, get her as that. We already got Captain Marvel. We already got Black Panther. America Chavez is supposed to be potentially showing up in the Doctor Strange 2. I don't think that's been confirmed yet, but it it wouldn't be surprising. I think with I keep saying this even with the Doctor Strange 2, this is gonna be like probably the most important movie going into this next phase because being about different dimensions and all this other stuff. So they just have so many gateways they could potentially just throw stuff at us all in one.
It's different universes, not different
Yes,
dimensions.
yes, universes. So I mean, this doesn't seem far fetched because we've been expecting for Galactus to show up, and then because of all these characters that are part of the Ultimates team, then they could form the Ultimates. Like this could be a storyline that is, you know, connected to bring us this specific character of Galactus.
Okay, and this is the Vitruvian Man, by the way.
Good one. I definitely should have figured that out because it's always used. It's iconic. There's
Yeah.
even a Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Yeah. But that is it. That is the last one on the list. Let us know what you guys think, and definitely let us know. Like, are there books on here that are definitely stashes for you? Are there books on here that are definitely passes for you? And then are there books that are actually in your collection as of right now that you're like, I'm actually considering on cashing out. And another thing I would really love to hear, like everyone else's thoughts on like their style of collecting and how they rationalize which books they get. I know for me personally, I started off my collecting by just doing it based off of the cover art. Like if the cover art spoke to me, I'd go ahead and buy that. But when I started getting more into collecting and worrying about like key events and all that stuff, my style definitely changed. Um, and then that's kind of how I ended up setting this price point limit for me as far as especially with the newer books. But it what's up?
I just realized how wildly similar the Hulk Titans and Green Lantern covers are.
Oh yeah.
Like just now.
Fist up over bodies and everything. But yeah, just like how other people rationalize putting money into big books, and or just books in general. To be honest, there's definitely a lot of stuff going on within the market, and as far as certain books not miss, they're getting a lot of attention because it doesn't make sense to a lot of people, and I
When it
don't
comes to books, I personally buy manuscripts and only manuscripts.
lies.
The first copy of the novel, you may have seen my collection from the guy whose name I can't remember.
What?
Who's gosh, you know what? It doesn't even matter anymore. Continue.
But yeah, so covers were the big thing for me, and then I started getting into the the key events and all that other stuff. And for me, a big thing about collecting is it being about, you're basically collecting history and pop culture all in one. So, especially when you're getting into
Mark
these.
Twain. Back to it. Sorry.
I still don't even understand what.
It was a joke. You said, or even books, and I was talking about, like regular novels, and I was like, I would get manuscripts, and then I was gonna say my collection of Mark Twain. For some reason, couldn't think of Mark Twain.
So you've got
but
some scrolls in your collection. Somewhere.
No, because this was the 1800s, and people didn't write on scrolls then.
Fine. But yeah, so it became about history and pop culture for me. So if you're kind of and then it's art on top of that. So you're kind of preserving that history. So that's what you really get when you're putting your money into these golden age, silver age, and bronze age, and potentially these newer age books are going to be a part of that as well. Which is why we have characters like Miles Morales at this point. So that's kind of the way I see it. I don't know if everybody else kind of looks at it in a similar perspective or doesn't think that's a thing at all, but that's kind of how I kind of dive into the way I collect, which is what I kind of present to you guys within us having these discussions here. But I guess Eric's on the track, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not Eric, by the way. I am Brandon Griggs. Keynote underscore comics on Instagram. That is Slan, which is Keynote underscore Slan on Instagram. You are here rocking out with us today, and we really appreciate it. On Keynote Comics, the place where you can discover comic books and comic book related content. If you like what you saw today, be sure to like, subscribe if you're not already, and keep us locked in. Thanks for watching. Peace.